Hi.
Ramona here. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I have totally embraced the nap dress. Have you heard of the nap dress?
Wait, no.
The nap dress, it is technically a thing now during lockdown. I'm
Wait,
not buying one of the official nap dresses, but I am a total fan of one garment that can be put on, not a top and a bottom, just one garment. You have a Zoom at 9 o'clock. You have a Zoom at 6 o'clock. You can wear the same dress. You can lay down in it on the couch.
okay,
It
what is
doesn't
this?
It
What?
doesn't show your lounging sins in between your Zooms. I love it.
Okay, I gotta check this out.
Just Google the nap dress.
Wait,
Ava, I am so excited to talk to you. A
you,
lot of people know you because you had the number one song in like 14 countries at one time, which is mind blowing.
I don't
Sweet
even,
but Psycho.
I don't understand.
And the funny thing is, when we first started playing your song on the link, I worked with three guys on the Matt Ramona show, and they laughed because they felt like that song was made about me.
Wow.
Sweet but psycho. And at first I felt some type of way. And then I really looked into the song and your women's empowerment message behind that song. And I own my Sweet but Psycho. Thank you. I own it.
Thank you. See, you own your boldness and your outgoing personality. So that's what really it means. Like a lot of people think, oh, if she's gonna speak her mind, then she's psycho. Like, hey, you, whatever dude
Mm-mm.
you're talking to, like you can walk away.
And our we both work in very male dominated industries. And I know sometimes, especially in Zoom world, when I'm on a meeting with the boys and they're talking about what women want, and you work in the male dominated music industry, and I know in my heart you're getting the same thing. How do you deal with that?
Um, you have to kind of you take it into consideration, like everything. I take everything into consideration. Anything I'm told or told to change or told to, anything. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes I draw the line. I'm like, no, this is for me to decide, And I've been like that since I was little, though. And my mom's a lot like that in general, so I got it a lot from her. She's very outspoken,
So you inherited this.
kind of, but I just watched her growing up, just like, telling everyone what to do. Like my mom was really like, strong and still is. So I think I got it. Yeah, I got a little bit boss vibes from my mom.
Yeah, there is a lesson there because our daughters are watching us
Yeah,
and they're learning how to navigate from us.
exactly. She never took anything from anyone. Like especially if it like made her look a certain way that she wasn't, she'd be like, all right, she would speak her mind about it.
Hmm. Do you have a lot of people in the industry who want to put their hands on your look, on your vibe, and you just have to stand up and protect what you want to stand for?
When I was like 14, but not anymore. I have full control of my look, sound, image, everything. But when I was 14, obviously, like I didn't know much. And I was a 14-year-old girl. And so I was in the industry for the first time, and everybody was like, you should do this, you should do that. And yeah.
It is so exciting that a woman like you has come along at a time like this because the message you have for women is one of having a strong voice
Hmm.
and also not being afraid to use that strong voice. How does that influence your writing?
It influences me in a lot of ways because I write from past experiences. I write from experiences I'm going through right now, but I also want to write strong lyrics for people who need it. Every song I write, I think, yeah, every single song is not like it has an anthem aspect to it. So where you
Yeah.
can feel empowered, where women can feel like they can do anything and also get out of a relationship if they don't get respected enough.
Girl, Sweet but Psycho spoke to every woman who heard her guy saying, "You're crazy. What you're saying here is not what you should be saying."
Literally any woman gets the "you're crazy" line, you should be like, "But you're crazier." Say that.
Yes. Yes. It takes one to know one.
Oh my God, I'm being. Oh my God, that's so good. It takes one to know one. That's good.
Ava, as we stand here in March, I mean, we're talking Women's History Month, and what you're doing right now is basically making history.
Mm-hmm.
You say you want your songs to teach as well, but you also write about what you're going through. Do you learn while you're writing? After you finish the song, you're like, okay, that's the lesson? I mean, where does the lesson come into play for you?
I think for me, the lesson comes into play. I learned a lot growing up in the industry here and there, like flying back and forth to California when I was 14, 16, 17.
Mm.
So I know a lot of people, were trying to use me in different ways. And again, being a woman in the industry, especially, it was very different in the early 2000s than it is now. So it was hard. It was hard to kind of break through until a little later, obviously with Super Psycho, but I had to find the right team, you know?
It's funny you talk about breaking through when people hear Sweet But Psycho and think you're an overnight sensation.
It's not true. It's funny. I know I say this a lot, but not 10 years, but 15 years. It took 15 years. I did my first singing competition when I was 8 years old. So
Wow.
I have been trying to do this for a long time, and not only trying, but putting all my efforts into it. Like, I left school, I started homeschooling. I was being bullied. My mom just was like, okay, forget it. Let's just homeschool. And then I started pursuing music full on with my family. And my brother managed me for a few years, and that didn't work out because family should not manage you. And if a family member manages you, then damn, you guys have a good relationship.
Very strong.
I know.
When money comes into family relationships, I don't think I need to tell you.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a tough one because everybody has a different opinion on how
Right.
so in general, it's better to, so I stopped that early on, and now my brother and I are best friends. So it's great.
What are some of the pitfalls that you hope that other young women following in your footsteps can avoid, and how can they avoid them?
Let's see, what could I have done differently? I think just write and record more music, try and find the right like producer to work with, right? Try to
Mhm.
find the right songwriters to work with first, not just get signed right away, because getting signed right away doesn't just fix all your problems, doesn't make your dreams come true. In fact, it's more work. It's like boot camp after that. You got to write
Yeah.
100 songs and figure out yourself. So I would say figure out who you are before you get signed. And then,
Okay.
you know,
So with So Am I, what are you hoping that the world takes from hearing this song?
um, to
I
be
love that breath. I was like, okay.
It's just So Am I has such a strong message, and I love that song. It's one of my favorite songs I've ever done, and I feel like for me personally, I grew up feeling like an outsider, and just going to
What
different.
made you feel like an outsider? You're cute. You could say you've been talented since the age of 8. I know people look at you and say, how could she possibly?
It's tough. I was bullied a lot at school. I would eat my sandwiches in the bathroom. It was great because I would get pointed at, laughed at for no reason. Like, I mean, I would be the new girl at school a lot, and
Mhm.
and I think because I moved around a lot. So in middle school, high school was not fun for me at all. So I was the outsider.
And those high school and middle school moves, honey, are tough. They are tough. And then our families do what they need to do, but it's hard on the kids, those moves.
I feel like some people deal with it better. I feel like for me, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I missed my hometown. I wanted to go
Mm.
back, but then I knew I had a purpose to do music, and I tried to stay focused. But being 14 and not seeing your friends and not having any friends and just focusing on music, it was hard. It was hard.
But you've done it with a lot of hustle, with a lot of heart, and so much talent. Ava, I am in awe. I want to thank you for my theme song, Sweet But Psycho, owning it.
Thank
And so glad you could be with us as we honor women during Women's History Month. Thank you so much, Ava.
Thank you. I appreciate you even having the interview with me during a pandemic. Thank you.